All right, Canelo Chavez. I think we're about 10 days out now, and look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm really excited about the fight, and and truthfully, I feel honored that I was able to cover it, because we'll look back. People 10 years will look back, and this will be a historic fight. I think we kind of labeled like the Pacquiao-Mayweather the fight of our era, of our generation, but I really think it's going to be Canelo Chavez, and and possibly a rematch. I'm sure there'll be a rematch like somewhere down the road. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm glad that I was a part of it. I went and I interviewed these guys, and I talked to them, and it's just, I feel like I've been a big part of it. I put a lot of time and just put a lot of effort into covering this fight, probably more so than any other fight. Even the Maypac. I've definitely put more work into this particular fight than any. But look, a couple things I want to go over. I know it's kind of a different video today, kind of a laid back video, so just kick back and enjoy. But well, number one, I want to talk about the deep-seated tradition in Mexico, the boxing, right? And I've been to Mexico, excuse me, many times, and it's just such a huge part of their culture. And like in America, we have football, and baseball is like our pastime. Like, these kids, a lot of us, especially the newer generation, we grew up in a nice park in a suburb or whatever. A lot of these young kids, they grow up in a boxing gym, or maybe they never stepped foot in a gym, but their heroes are guys like Chavez Sr. So like I said, it's just a deep-seated tradition in Mexico, and especially with Chavez Sr. Just such an incredible record, I think. And I don't think I've ever really talked about it on the channel, but 87 wins in a row, 87 wins undefeated, right? 107 6-2. What an incredible record. He fought from 1980 to 2005. First loss in 1994 against Frankie Randall. He lost twice to Oscar De La Hoya in 1996, 1998, but we all know that that was an older Chavez, and we kind of knew who was going to win before that happened, kind of like Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao. We knew Oscar was going to take that one, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, and Chavez Sr., his last fight, Grover Wiley. So, like I said, incredible record. Started in 1980, ended in 2005, 87 wins, and then you have, of course, he beat Rocky Marciano's undefeated record, the 49, and then Mayweather beat that with the 50. So, I think that's a prime example of what's wrong with our current boxers. You have Mayweather beating Marciano's record with Andre Berto, to hit that number 50. But one thing I liked hearing that Oscar De La Hoya, he used to go to Chavez Sr.'s fights when he was a kid, and he's like his hero, and he still is, honestly. At least that's what he says. But he would go watch Chavez fight, and now he's a promoter, getting in there with his son, so it's in their DNA, it's in their blood, it's in their heritage, and these guys are just born into it, and the rivalry is huge, right? Chavez, and rightfully so, he accuses Canelo of not fighting the best, and that's the truth. You can't deny the truth, right? And then Canelo, he says, well, you were born into, boxing royalty, and I came from nothing. I came from the ground up. You were born into it, which, you know, I don't know, Canelo didn't have that hard, that bad of an upbringing, so I don't feel too bad for him. But you know, they're both right to a degree. They're both right to a degree. But yeah, you know, Chavez Jr., he's got 55 or 52-1, so he has, you know, a total of 53 fights, and you know, I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. You know, Canelo, he's 48-1-1. You know, and I would say, I mean, Chavez has definitely fought the tougher opponents, right? I mean, if you compare, you know, his record to Canelo's record, I think Chavez wins easily. You know, I think he's taken on the harder, tougher challenges. So, you know, I guess I would have to side with Chavez on that one, you know, because yeah, we are, you know, and again, you know, I mentioned Mayweather. You know, now we have guys like Canelo. And I think that's exactly what's wrong with boxing. You know, they're not fighting the best. And who coined that phrase? I mean, do you remember Oscar De La Hoya? You know, back when he was like a young upcoming, you know, world champion, right? You know, he'd say, I want, you know, the best to fight the best, right? So it's you know, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the Gennady Golovkin situation, but you know, hopefully that fight happens, right? But yeah, I mean, getting back to you know, the Canelo Chavez fight, like I said, I feel like I put a lot into it. You guys have too. I mean, you guys are talking about it every day, you know, doing your part as well. So, you know, we're only 10 days out, and I am picking Chavez. You know, and if I'm wrong, I don't really care if I'm wrong. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I just have a feeling that you know, Chavez is going to take it. But then on the other hand, you know, I kind of think, well, it might be a robbery. You know, if it goes to the judges, I don't know. It just seems like they're going to protect Canelo, but I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. You know, but we'll have to see. But and when I talked to Oscar De La Hoya, you know, he told me possibly a rubber match or a trilogy, you know, depending on what happens. So it's a possibility. So, but anyway, guys, I just wanted to share this with you. Just a quick video. You know, I'm picking Chavez, and you know, and like I said, I mean, I'm happy that I was a part of you know, the fight, because it is going to be a part of history. You know, in boxing history, you don't realize it's history until 10 years, you know, from now. You really don't.